Hello. So, me and my BF, we used to watch Naked Hot Avocado because he would act fucking insane and get in fights with his husband or whatever on camera. We thought it was really funny. Um, because it's clearly all an act. It's like he's playing a character. I think some of it. I have no idea if this is a character or not. He goes on an insane pro-capitalism rant that I was just fucking stun locked. I got hit by like 7 fucking WWE chairs because this shit like was insane. The amount of like dick writing he does for corporations and capitalism, and like he shits on poor people, which I like shouldn't be surprised. If you don't know, he calls like his patrons or whatever fucking peasants, and like he's the king. But it was fucking wild. So I thought we'd go over and fucking talk about some of the insane shit he does. He is loud, by the way, so get ready for that.
Stop!
By the way, we're not gonna watch the whole ass video.
America.
Oh yeah, this whole thing's about fucking stealing.
There's
One of the most like non-consequential like things going on in America right now. And apparently Nick College just fucking hates it. I have no idea if this is a bit or not. The people in the comments are not acting like it's a bit, though. Like, there's people in the fucking comments. What the fuck is this? Do not click if you could. He's acting like he's in a better mood, more chill. He's fucking yelling about poor people. Where's another one? Yeah, you can really tell he cares. Speaking facts for a straight 20 minutes.
For stealing things at champagne bar. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. It's disgusting. Why are you stealing? And they're not stealing bananas, apples, and carrots, and some frozen beef, and maybe some chicken. They're stealing tea.
Yeah, of course you're not gonna steal fucking food. Right? So food, like, if you steal, like, some beef, bananas, whatever, that's only gonna feed you for, like, a little bit. Stealing a TV, a computer, like an expensive item, you can sell and get more food. It's really dumb to just steal food because it's a risk versus reward system. The more money you can get out of that TV, you know, that's the less you have to go back and steal. You're lowering your risk by, you know, hopefully getting that TV. With fucking food, what you eat, like you steal some ground beef and like some fucking buns. That's for a day. You gotta go back now and get more because you have no food. And also you got a family, that means you have to steal a shit ton of food, which is even like more risky than taking like an expensive like item out. So it makes sense to steal TVs and shit like that. And I guess he just doesn't comprehend that.
They're stealing earrings. They're stealing material possessions so that strangers in society can look at them and say, oh, we approve. Oh, we like you because you have all the... We're in the middle.
That's a really fucking stupid idea. Like, people are stealing shit so they can look good to other people. I mean, I'm sure some people do that, but, like, most people are stealing because they're fucking dirt poor. And they just need to get by.
In 2023. The middle. But no, it's really bad. Our leaders
also, this video's from 3 months ago, so I have no idea what he thinks now of his opinions on this, but this video is... It's just bad to have up in general, because it's just teaching people a lie.
This. They're saying, oh...
Also, the fucking Walgreens thing, Walgreens, like came out with a statement saying they overestimated, like, they embellished how much, like, stealing was really, like, hurting your company.
Poor thing.
Because it wasn't hurting at all. And that mentioned crime has been in, like, a record low across the United States, so I don't know what this guy's doing.
Running for mayor of New York or something a long time ago, and she's like, these poor people, I would never.
Well, I know what he's doing. He's fucking rich, right? If you're rich, you're gonna be simping for capitalism. That gets even more insane. I was losing my shit listening to this.
It doesn't matter they're poor. There's poor people in Japan. You wouldn't believe how poor people are in Japan. And the amount of theft is negligible because they know.
You gotta provide a source for that? He says, like, right here, Japan's worsening poverty rate, but do you have a source on the stealing thing, or is that just what you believe?
Their mother or their father.
Nah, he's just going into weird stereotypes about Japanese people. Okay.
What a dishonor to their family. They don't want to burden society. They know that someone had to work really hard to make it. Someone had to dig up the earth and strip it of its resources. Our energy, our petroleum, all our copper for the wires, for the electronics. We had to burn fossil fuels and damage, and some poor, most likely child, doing labor.
I'm gonna lose my shit, so what is the fucking argument here? That because, like, capitalism is exploiting people in poorer countries, that, like, you shouldn't steal in this country to pay for your shit? Like, why? I like how he's like, oh my god, this is such a stupid argument. I forgot how stupid it is. I was next to my boyfriend, just like in stunned that someone could make an argument this dumb. Like, holy shit, what? That's such backwards logic. He's like, so is he saying, like, because you steal, you're not appreciating the fucking hard labor that children are forced to in other, like, nations? Like, that's what?
Labor in, like, Indonesia or something.
I mean, he is saying that, but that's so fucking dumb.
In a factory sweating so that you could just be in.
I like how he's, like, you're not mad about that. Like, that's, you know, well, that's whatever. But, like, this is destroying the nation. Someone just taking a phone. Like,
entitled to it. Meanwhile, they're suffering. It's just delusion.
They're suffering because of the capitalism.
Why are we trying to justify
the people who still aren't? Does he fucking think that, like, the people who make the phones, like the kids that make the phones, are getting paid? So if you steal a phone, they're not getting paid for their labor? Is that honestly what he fucking thinks? Because the people in the factories are getting paid pennies anyway. Because the rich, like, CEOs are taking all the money. And also, I like how, like, that stealing is destroying, like, the fucking country. Nice thumbnail. But, fucking CEO and wage theft is, like, not stealing, you know. Stripping... He even said earlier, stripping the fucking land. Like, how's that not theft? Literally despoiling our water and air. Stealing the oxygen and fucking water from us is not fucking stealing. Like, that's not destroying the nation.
Stuff. It makes me angry. Why are we trying to justify wrong things?
Stealing isn't wrong. Stealing from fucking corporations isn't wrong.
Middle of 2023, and people are stealing. They're taking things that they didn't earn, they didn't work for. They think they're entitled because someone else is richer or someone else has more. That's how you ruin society. And
oh my god, that's how you ruin society, if you take from people that are like 10 times wealthier than you. Ruining society. Also, this motherfucker, like, look at you, like, you eat fucking half a pound of, like, food a day. Half a pound. Half a ton of food every day. How are you not stealing from people? You're literally stealing my brain cells right now. But I fucking hate that. Oh my god, I hate that thought process so much. Just because you shouldn't be mad at people that have more than you. Like, life sucks, so get used to it. No, fuck them. They shouldn't have more than people.
Ironic thing is, all these people stealing, you know, purses and Gucci bags and perfumes and all these toys. They act like they're victims because someone else is better than them.
They are victims.
Flash. Someone will always be worse. Someone will always be better. Better
no.
and worse. It goes like this. That's life. You don't even know.
That's not life. That's fucking capitalism has made that life. Fucking, oh my god. This is what happens with no fucking communist education. And I mean, people shouldn't take fucking Nikocado seriously anyway. As a fucking political or thought leader in any, like, capacity, but people in the comments were. So that's why I felt like I needed to talk about this video, and also it's just fucking insane. And he doesn't give a shit that the fucking rich people, or like the fucking owners, because there's two classes. There's workers and owners. He does not give a shit that the workers are exploiting the lower class and impoverishing them to make that, like, poverty is tied to crime. People who are well off don't steal or don't commit as many crimes as people who are poor, because the poor need to commit crimes to survive in this fucking country. I mean, we live in a fucking nation that punishes people for being poor. But I guess...
I guarantee. I lived in Colombia,
so
where people were making $1 a day. $1 a day. They don't even know what air conditioning is. They're lucky if they have their ceiling fan on. There's 10 of them in a room. I lived in Thailand. I would see these old ladies. People in France 5 months ago were burning their city because
I mean, they were burning the city for a lot of different reasons. One, because police were shooting some black people. I think were murdered by the cops in France. So, good reason to riot. Good reason to burn shit down. Very good reason. Capitalist cucks. Also, like, I love the logic, like, so people are being exploited by capital in other nations. Worse, I don't even know if it's worse than here. It's like, but it, to a greater extent, at least. And, like, so if you're, like, live in America, you can't complain. It's that fucking someone always has it worse than you mentality, which is so fucking stupid.
They had to work 2 extra years. There's 90-year-olds in Thailand on the streets selling fish with their eyeballs still on them and swatting the horseflies in the baking sun in 90 degrees, 100% humidity, hoping that they could make $1 that day. Just some person might buy their fish.
Motherfucker, what about all the rich, or like fucking homeless people in America? How many homeless are in America? Homer? Alright, how about, like, what about all of them, huh? And this is just fucking, like, 18 per, like, 10,000 people. Up by 2,000. What percentage? Oh, that's only in California. Well, what about them, huh? Aren't they hoping to make $1 a day? Don't give a shit about them.
They're sitting in the
and like those people in other countries should be taken care of too.
They don't have protection. They don't have workers' rights. They don't have workers' compensation.
We don't have that either.
They're not in an air-conditioned building. They don't even have a uniform. They're showing up and...
Wasn't our fucking Amazon building? I read it on fucking Twitter. It was what the fuck? There was an Amazon building where they were trying to get the right to have fucking air conditioning. And they were fighting for it.
You don't actually know what it's like. I lived in Cambodia for a year. I've been to Ecuador. I've been to Belize. I lived in Guatemala. I was sleeping on the floor. I was sleeping on the floor. And I never, ever thought I would steal from someone that worked hard for their life. And some people are luckier. Some people have more. That's life. If you take...
That's not life, you fucking idiot. Capitalism has made life like that, but that's not fucking life. It doesn't have to be that. He's so fucking capitalist cuck, he can't think of, like, that there is a better way. I mean, that's a lot of people in America. Oh my god, I hate this argument. As if we can't take care of, like, poor people in other countries too? Through communism, right? This motherfucker's just like, oh, if you're poor, sorry, that's life, you know. Don't steal to feed yourself. Just fucking die.
Something that you didn't earn yourself, that's wrong. And it's spiraling out of control in this dang country.
It's not, but okay.
And it's disgusting that we're trying to defend it. We're trying to justify hurting people. Taking...
You hurt me, motherfucker. This guy hurts me.
Do you know
my brain.
How many small businesses are having to close down because people are...
What? Small businesses are not closing from fucking stealing. They're closing... What? Small businesses close because of fucking, like, unfair market values and shit. because the fucking, like, rich corporations can, like, outbuy and outspend any small company. That's the fucking bottom line. It's capitalism. Me when I don't have class consciousness.
The irony is, it's not fruits, it's not bananas. You don't see people running out of Walmart. Again, every time I go, someone's being handcuffed. I look at their bag, their cart. There's no bananas. There's no chicken. There's no, celery and cilantro. No tomatoes and onions.
I already explained that stealing food is fucking stupid. You can get by like a few days on food, but grabbing a TV or something else more expensive will get you like way longer, reducing the amount of risk you have to do to do crime. I love that he like thinks that doing crime is just fun. Like, people just going out here fucking stealing for fun. And, I mean, certainly some people get the thrill of it. Probably a very small percentage. But most people don't want to fucking steal. Especially in this fucked up country. We're going to prison is extremely violent. We have extremely violent prison system. We have a really harsh justice system. People don't want to fucking do that. People have to steal. Which, by the way, stealing is so fucking small in this country. It is, like, one of the least, like, who gives a shit. But whatever, let's just pretend it is. Like, everybody's out here fucking grabbing shit. People need to steal to survive. And they actually do. And it's not for fun. Nobody wants to have a run-in with the cops, especially about, like, minorities. Where you have a chance of getting just executed on the fucking spot.
Maybe
but he doesn't get that, I guess.
Chicken strips. No! It's TVs, it's cell phones, it's video games, it's computers, it's clothes, it's belts, it's earrings, it's makeup.
You can get more money from it.
Are to impress
reduce risk.
Others.
It's not.
That's the irony. You don't need that to survive. Most of the world's surviving without makeup, Ashley. They're surviving just fine. People are stealing lawnmower fertilizer for their grass. I saw this one guy handcuffed. He was stealing fertilizer so he could have that perfect green yard.
I fucking hate... Oh my god. I'm about to lose it. I forgot, like, how insane this made me watching. It really shouldn't, because he's a fucking idiot. But, I don't know, he's so arrogant. He's trying to argue from this presence that, like, people are stealing to, like, for superficial reasons. And like I said, a small percentage maybe are, like, a really small percentage, but, like, how can you sit there in this fucked up country while CEOs literally steal the earth, fucking water and air under, like, from us, steal our wages, like, in wage theft, and, like, steal, like, fucking property, charge outrageous prices for basic needs? How can you sit here and be like, oh no, it's poor people that are the problem, right? They're stealing for, like, they just want to look good.
To impress others. You are ruining society so that that stranger that drives down...
Oh, you're ruining society. You took my a TV I wasn't gonna buy. You ruined society.
Your white picket fence and sees that beautiful house. Oh, look at him.
Bro, you're fucking wealthy. Why do you give a shit? You eat like a hog every fucking day. Why do you give a shit what poor people do?
His yard. You don't even know the person that just drove by and judging you. You don't. That's not survival.
Maybe they don't have any food because this guy buys it all.
And these disgusting leaders are saying people are trying to survive. Oh, the greedy corporations.
Also, most leaders are fucking dumping money into the fucking cops. Which does not help the situation at all, so I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Without corporations, we'd be like people in Cambodia, Thailand, Ecuador, Belize.
Holy shit, oh yeah, I forgot about this part. I'm gonna fucking die. This is where he goes on this fucking pro-corporation, like, we need corporations, or else, like, fuck, we'd be like, so many poor countries. Acting like, well, first of all, acting like these companies don't have corporations, or like American corporations don't go in them to, like, extract cheap labor, literally to exploit minorities and other working class people. But it's also, like, the insane notion, the absolutely insane notion that we wouldn't have shit for corporations. Does he think, like, things, like, didn't exist before corporations? Like, I guarantee you can make this without a fucking corporation behind it. Stuff was made without corporations. You don't need to fucking commercialize everything.
I've been to these places. My husband worked in Africa. He went to Ethiopia for 2 years.
Yeah, I wonder who famously exploited Africa and has led to, like, an insane amount of poverty. I wonder who. I wonder what people.
He knows what actual
fucking America,
like.
Europe, a certain white people.
Sick.
I wonder who keeps, like, I wonder, like, what corporations are going over there and, like, exploiting cheap labor.
There's people living in Japan.
What the fuck?
Planes. Multiverses.
They're not stealing. They're not burning things down. They're not hurting people. They're not saying, I'm just a...
Also, I like his... Like, there are people who do that in, like, other countries. There's revolutionaries in other countries. He's just... I don't even know... What is he doing?
Fight to take this from you.
He didn't have to do this, by the way. He didn't have to go on this, like, insane fucking rant. He chose to do this.
Because
he chose to be this
I'm
dumb.
less than you. Where were people told that you need these material possessions, all these electronics that have destroyed the earth?
Bitch, you live in America! That's... America told you you need all these fucking, like, shit. They're constantly pandering and pushing all this shit upon you. So you buy, so you get into the fucking addiction of consumerism.
Some child made it in a sweatshop, so you could be happy because other people look, ooh, you got a Gucci bag, wow.
Don't you think we should end the child sweatshops instead of complaining about the fucking people who are also exploited in this country?
So cool.
This is what happens when you don't have a understanding of class.
Disgusting. And back in Japan, those people would never dishonor their mother. I mean, every once in a while, yes, you might have some people that act out, but not to this level, not to this degree. Not to this degree.
What's with these motherfuckers always placing Japan upon a fucking pedestal? He's never been to Japan. What the fuck does he know about it?
I feel bad for some of them because they're literally programmed.
What do you mean?
Programmed that they have to be this way.
Programmed to steal?
Okay,
What is
and
fuck? What the fuck does he mean by that? Programmed to steal? I wonder what he means by that. Interesting.
Do it because everyone else is doing it. Saudi Arabia, you do that, your hand's being chopped off. Not saying that's the answer either, necessarily, no.
He wants that. I mean, he wants people's hands chopped off.
But this is a unique problem.
It is not a unique problem.
My part of the world, maybe some others as well. Anyone else?
The fuck does he mean by unique problem?
British people.
Oh my god, every fucking free stream is awful. What? What does he want done? Like, he mentioned cutting people's hands off, and he's like, that's not necessarily the answer. So what is the answer? You want them all thrown in prison? They're already doing that. We have a fucked up prison section, or a system, that's basically slavery. That targets minorities, like, very unfavorably. Basically, like, to create another, like, slave caste. So is that what you want? You just want another slave caste in prison? Or, like, what? He just wants people to stop... So, I mean, he's basically saying if you're poor, just, like, fuck you. You know, if you're hungry, whatever, fuck you. That's life. Get fucked. I guess just remain exploited. You know, if you need to still to eat your, like, or, like, you know, still to eat, to feed your family, to get medicine, to pay for, I don't know, if your car has a flat and you need to get to work. Well, fuck you. I don't know. Die. He is super fucking, rich, so, I mean, it kind of makes sense he would have this insane bullshit take.
Are you seeing this more and more? Thievery.
You're only seeing this more and more because fucking right-wing, media is pushing it to create, like, a fear system.
It's not just thievery. Back in the Middle Ages, people would steal little coins and little pebbles. Ooh, take the little peas. Ooh, from the butcher shop. You know, the Middle Ages.
What the
I
fuck?
don't think they were encouraged to do it, enabled to do it by the people who lead them. I think it was...
People are... The only thing that encourages people to steal is poverty, is class, is money, is wealth. That's the only thing that encourages people to steal. If you give people what they need, they won't steal. It's pretty... Oh my god. It's so fucking simple, but you have to be... I feel like he has a fucking brain parasite from some mukbang he did. Oh my god. Like, the answer... Oh my... The answer is so obvious, this has to be a bit, or he's just... Well, maybe he is really fucking stupid. Yeah, I don't know, actually. Just... If we give people what they need, they don't need to steal. It's very easy.
It's like, you're gonna
very
do that, you're gonna
easy.
pay a consequence. We teach kids in school that's wrong because it wasn't just just poof, midair. Here's your new PlayStation. Here's your new Xbox. It just came from the sky. No, it came from somewhere, and like 50,000 people had to process it, make it, dig it out of the earth, program it, work in disgusting conditions so that you could sit at home and play a game.
So this is the fucking insane concept. First of all, those people have games too. This is the, like, absolutely incoherent thought process. Because, first of all, companies exploited the ground we literally walk on for materials. Like, and then exploited people in other nations. Therefore, you cannot steal if you're hungry or poor or complain about the, like, horrific wealth inequality in this country, because other people were exploited somewhere else. It's, like, absolutely incoherent.
But we're the victims.
Absolutely incoherent. And also, this guy's never been a victim before in his life.
It's disgusting.
This motherfucker eats more than, like, less fucking, like, most Americans have less than $500. Less than $500. We have a huge fucking problem in this country, and saying this shit just shows you have no fucking clue what you're talking about.
I was watching this video of this, like, 6-year-old in China. She was learning how to read music. Most of these musicians who basically just shout at the camera, you know, that's the music.
What the
now,
fuck is he
shouting.
talking about?
Or using computerized voice intonation, you know, auto-tune. They don't even know how to read music. But,
who gives a shit?
They had a good beat. Oh my god, how shallow are we? But they need to be put on a pedestal. And when they deserve to have 50,000 cars and 12 Gucci bags and...
Is there a fucking gas leak in here? What's happening? What the fuck is he talking about? Who cares? What is
this? I see women walk around with Birkins and I just want to scream. $30,000, you idiot, wasting money on plastic and lead.
Do you think poor people are fucking wasting that money? What?
That's gonna rot in the
First of all, also, if a poor person wants to steal something for not food, and they just want to have it, I also don't give a shit. Because you can have luxury goods that are, like, deprived from you. Right? If you want a fucking TV, and you don't own a TV, in a communist society, you would be able to get a free TV, basically. To, like, each your ability to each your need. If you need a TV, for example, for education, for... Like, again, also this fucking society we live in, right? You need these items to keep up in the world. You need internet. You need... A lot of jobs want you to have, like, apply online. You need a cell phone. A lot of things need a fucking cell phone number. There was a time recently where I wasn't able to pay my phone bill, right? And I wasn't able to do a lot of shit because, like, there was a lot of, things that needed my phone number and I just couldn't do it. You're gonna need, like, either a TV, a laptop, again, or a cell phone to keep up with the world, to get news and education. Not for everything, like, there's places to go for internet and stuff like that, but it's increasingly, we need, it's being made to need more of, reliance on electronic devices. So it makes absolute sense. Like, if you need to steal that, you need to steal that. right? And, like, even if you just wanted to be honest, like, fucking the wealthy take so much for this country. Who gives a shit if you take something? If you take a little treat for yourself, why not?
When you're dead. Encouraging people, oh, I'm better than you because I have this status. And then you make all these other people in this country who are taught that, oh, well, you're a bad person. You should just take from them. It's just a cycle.
They are bad people. And you should take
So
from them. Fuck them.
Noodles.
They're not hurting anybody. They're just taking shit, leaving.
Nuclear style, because I'm angry. I'm like, you know what? We're gonna do the 2 times spicy.
Is that it?
I'm angry.
I can't remember if he actually
And when I'm
talks about
angry,
anything.
let's make my beehole hurt.
What the fuck? Okay.
Here's one thing you need to do before buying anything online. Don't spend another dime on Amazon.
Fucking ads. Fuck you.
Nicer for who? You to look at and then give me some type of like point system? Check. I'm approval of his shirt because it's from a brand. What? What do you mean nicer clothes? Nice for who? This is nice for me. It covers my tits. That's what the shirts are supposed to do. But no, we also have to look like we're more important than we are. And then they're encouraged to go steal what they can't afford so they can fit in.
I'm gonna... This is it for me. I'm about to fucking die. What is the fuck is he talking about? Steal to fit in? And then he's like, he keeps saying people are encouraged to steal, and they're fucking not. This country punishes you for being poor. This country's the fucking... We have one of, like, the largest incarceration rate in this, like, out of most, I think, all countries. People aren't encouraged to steal.
It's a cycle of problem. It's a cycle, people. It's a disgusting...
And also, he's complaining about people are stealing, like, status symbols. That's all the fucking wealthy are. That's all they do is status symbols. Because they don't, like, have any real worth or work.
Cycle, and it's everywhere, at every level. But I'm sorry, if you're gonna wait for the politicians to change their tune, it's gonna start with you. You have to be responsible. You know in your heart what's right and wrong. You know you shouldn't steal. You know you shouldn't take. The man...
You absolutely should. Well... Okay, well, fuck... Like, if you shouldn't steal and take, then get mad at the fucking corporations that are stealing and taking everything. Fucking polluting the air we breathe. Fucking polluting the water we need to drink. Polluting the, like, soil we stand on. Like, how come he doesn't give a shit about that, huh? Why is that? Stealing, like, wage theft from people that, like, money they could use to afford food. What about that? Huh? Like, if stealing's wrong, then why don't you give a shit about that? Why is it only when poor people steal it's a fucking problem?
And at Walmart taking all those fertilizers, you knew that was wrong.
It's not wrong. Who gives a shit?
You knew. That lady taking all those...
Are you fucking Mr. Walmart? Like, are you the fucking Walmart... Lord of Walmart? They directly stole from you. The king of Walmart? They stole from your fucking fertilizer forest, and now you're pissed? And you have to have the fucking sheriff of Nottingham go get him?
You know it's wrong, which is why you were sneaky to put it into your bag and sneak it out.
That's not... Oh my god. I'm gonna have a fucking aneurysm. I'm gonna have, like... I'm gonna shit myself in anger. I love the thought process. You knew it was wrong, that's why you snuck it out. No, because if you get caught, you get fucking fined and charged. And fines for poor people are absolutely fucking devastating. Again, most people in this country are below, like, $500. Most people don't have $500 fucking dollars. I know I sure as hell don't. So what fucking then? Like, if you get caught, oh, now you're in a fucking system. They got your ass. If you're a minority, you have a pretty good chance of this getting either fucking brutalized or just outright executed. Especially if you're like, you know, if you're a black person in this country, you're over-policed, you're thrown into the prison system at a much, much higher rate than anybody else. You're, like, increasingly pushed into poverty, and has been since day one of being in this fucking country when it was made, when black people were literally made into slaves. So what fucking didn't? Like, you don't want to get caught? It's like perfectly natural. But oh my god, but he's like trying to ascribe like morality to it, like, oh, you know you're doing something wrong, that's why you're trying to hide it. Like, bitch, what? It's trying not to get murdered or thrown into prison.
He knew was wrong. Well, they're a big company. Well, they're okay. They have insurance.
They literally do. They literally account for it. They account for stolen goods. And also, and this is the fucking companies that have record profits every fucking year. So what about that, huh? So they're clearly not hurting. They're clearly not hurting for people stealing. And also, he's about to scream again, so if it's loud, I'm sorry.
Shallow mindset. That doesn't even make sense. How many hoops did you have to jump through?
No hoops. Just, you don't even have to jump through any. You're the one jumping through hoops to, like... Your fucking hoops are, like... Exploiting fucking poor people is okay because corporations give us stuff, which isn't true at all.
Observation and realization. It's not a realization. It's delusion. Don't you realize that these companies are why you have the things you have?
No.
You think...
Oh my god, I'm gonna myself. I'm gonna detonate in Minecraft. No, these corporations are absolutely not, like, why we have things. These corporations exploit the things we need.
This stuff just comes out. Someone has to do it. Someone has to take on the risk. Someone has to put the big bucks up front to find the people to make it and dig out of the ground and engineer it for you.
This motherfucker never heard of the government.
It doesn't just exist out of thin air. Someone has to do it.
Oh my god.
If you're a company, you should be effing thankful.
No, you
should be thankful.
The absolute state of being capitalist cucked. My guy bent over for every corporation to come and just...
all these commodities and all these simple life
necessities. Motherfucker, he's never heard of, like, anything, like, before fucking corporations began. Did someone give him, like, a fucking textbook, like, an American history textbook that started at, like, 1920?
That you can go to Costco and buy things in bulk. What the F? Jesus.
I absolutely hate this. What is this angle, by the way?
Forced to to poor countries. Poorer countries. I mean, this country has poverty too, but we have...
Yeah, every American should be fucking forced to go to a poorer country. The poorer countries are rife with revolutionaries, rife with strong communist and socialist ideas. And maybe we went to other countries, you can recognize that we're all workers. And we can all work together to, like, achieve, you know, equality and the rise of the proletariat. To overthrow bourgeoisie motherfuckers like this. Who want to shit on poor people for having to steal to, like, supply themselves.
Social systems, we have help. We have...
By the way, he's like the fucking, we have help, we have social system, but, like, they get fucking shredded by Republicans. And, well, let's be fair, Democrats too. They get fucking shredded. Our fucking, like, two-party system sucks dick about protecting us. We don't have... You're never gonna get universal fucking health care. Not with the Democratic Party, not with fucking the Republican Party. Our protections get fucking shredded. We have basically no protections. I think they just passed, like... minuscule, I don't know if it was minuscule, but they did pass a labor protection where basically, if companies are found to be breaking union labor laws during a union election, are automatically forced to accept that union. Still, finding fucking companies at fault for labor laws is already hard enough, but I mean, that's how fucked our labor laws in this country are. So what do you mean protection? And also, like, other countries have fucking protections. China has protections. They are much better at handling their, the homeless than we are. What about the places with fucking free education and free healthcare?
Meanwhile, I was in Ecuador, and I was seeing children not even going to school, washing their clothes by hand in a bucket.
Again, it's just fucking stupid ideology. It's like, oh, people have it worse than you, so, like, why are you complaining? Bitch, like, they're being exploited just the same like everyone else. It's just to, like, a probably greater extent they're being exploited because corporations from from America love to go to other nations and exploit them. Oh my god. When instead, like, the thinking should be said, oh, we're all worker class. We should all be, like, banded together to help each other out. But no.
Oh, but I have to go to the laundromat here in America, so I'm a victim. You're not.
You are.
And you know what? There's always someone better than you, and there's always someone worse.
Ironically, this motherfucker's playing the fucking perpetual victim, even though he's wealthy as fuck, and here he is shitting on poor people.
It goes up, it goes down, but that is life. Without the honor to the society and your mother and your father, we're doomed.
I don't know what this fucking honor system is all about. This motherfucker has no honor. Have you seen his fucking videos?
TED Talk over. Would you pay to hear me have... Hey, TED Talkers, hire me. I would do a great speech on
That's
your
a fucking
stage.
horrible speech.
And I would captivate everyone's...
Well, actually, for TED Talk, it might run, but...
Hire me.
Anyway, that's, I don't like that face. That was too Mandela catalog for me. What can I say? If you're a capitalist cuck like this, I don't know, kindly go into the gulag. I mean, let's not forget he's fucking rich. So he has a class interest in shitting on poor people who have to steal to provide for themselves, or even just, I don't know, like I said earlier, like, if you steal even just for a luxury item that you're usually not gonna get, not really a big deal. Like, who gives a shit? Like, how can you give a shit in a country that has such a wealth inequality that, like, props up the super, like, the 1% who own most of the wealth in this fucking country? How can you get mad at the poor people who just want to experience shit too? It's absolutely insane. And like I said, most people who do steal are needing money. And again, the reason they don't steal food is fucking because food will only last you for so long, but a fucking iPad you can sell will get you more food. And like I said, have less risk involved with stealing it. And then there's the fucking idea that you should be grateful for corporations because they give you shit, not noticing the fact that corporations fucking make money off our basic needs, make obscene amounts of money. They post record profits all the fucking time. So clearly the stealing's not affecting them. And then there's the stupid ass idea that, like, because there's exploited people in other countries, Americans shouldn't cry about being exploited too, I guess, which is just deeply idiotic. So I think that's all he had to say on this topic, but yeah, I don't know. Me watching this shit, like, left me in a fucking daze when I first heard it. I got fucking stone cold stunnered. Fucking eat the rich. When we eat the rich, we're eating this motherfucker first. And by... yeah. So, I mean, if you're poor and you steal, you have my seal of approval. Because I understand that the reason people steal is poverty is forced upon them. People don't usually... wait, hold on, before I go. You know the motherfuckers who steal and they don't need to? It's actually rich people. They steal shit from poor people every fucking day. Capital owners steal wages. Fucking, what is it? Those fucking people... Airbnb stealing, like, buying up huge amounts of property to steal from other people who could use that property. Fucking white people stealing from other minority races, like, every fucking day. You know. Race being invented as a concept in general just to steal from minorities is fucking sick. that's been going on since forever. You notice how he doesn't give a fuck about the most obvious, and I said this in my other video, but you know who's the most fucking exploited class in America? Well, first off, indigenous people, and then secondly, but not like ranking them, just in the order I said it, but fucking black people. This motherfucker didn't bring them up at all. How much shit has been stolen from black people throughout the fucking, like, as long as this country has existed, but even before then. And fucking, I mean, yeah, not one mention of them, but if you know, if poor, I noticed that he kept showing a bunch of, like, black people during this thing. I wonder what that was all about, a white guy doing that. Crazy. Anyway, this was, like, just a bullshit fucking, I can only call it capitalist cucked. This is, like, the most capitalist cucked you've ever been. But, like I said, it's in his class interest. He is wealthy. It's in his class interest to shit on poor people. With this whole stupid fucking morality thing. As he eats like a fucking hog every day, literally makes his living off of it. White people are fucking poor as shit and have to steal to eat. But yeah. This just lit a fire under my ass because it's so dumb. His line of reasoning makes no sense. But anyway, thanks for watching. Goodbye.